Major League Baseball has its Subway Series. Tonight, the PWBA has its Tale of Two Sisters, as the Dorn sisters, Cathy and Carolyn, both look for their second Three Rivers Open Championship next. Tonight's opener features defending champ Cathy Doran, making her 14th appearance of 2000, Wendy Macpherson, and one-time titleist Swanson. The winner of match 1 will face Cheryl Daniels in her second consecutive telecast. And the victor there will try to stop top seed Carolyn Dorin-Ballard from capturing her third title of 2000. Welcome for the 9th consecutive year inside Princess Lanes in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the finals of the Three Rivers Open. Hello everyone, I'm Jan Schmidt along with my partner Lisa Wagner. Thanks for joining us. You know, the chance to defend a title on tour doesn't happen very often. Cathy Doran may have that opportunity tonight to defend her only title, but Lisa, it hasn't been an easy road for her.
Well, no, it certainly hasn't. Cathy was ranked 10th on our tour last year, but this year things just have not gone her way at all. By her own admission, it's the worst year of her career. And to top the whole thing off, just a few days before the start of this event, she was involved in a very bad car accident. And from the looks of the vehicle, you can see why we didn't know that if she would even be able to bowl this event. But in true Cathy style, she persevered through a lot of pain and would love absolutely nothing more than to meet her sister Carolyn in the title match.
Well, there's another lady who has been trying to persevere and fighting to get back in that winner's circle, and that's Cheryl Daniels.
That's right. For Cheryl, it has been a very long 4 years since winning. But this is back-to-back TV appearances for her. And she figures, if I keep making the top 5, the odds are got to be in my favor, and I'm going to win again. You know, she has 10 titles, and she didn't get those by being a real timid or scared player. So I'm looking for her to be very aggressive this evening, much more so than she was in last week's tournament.
Well, she's going to have to wait in the wings along with Carolyn. We're ready for the opener. It'll be Swanson, Macpherson, and Dorn. Handshakes around between Dorn, Macpherson, and Swanson. Cathy Dorn will start the match. Cathy was the number 5 qualifier and had no choice, and they have elected to make her go first. Interesting decision. I'm sure she's glad she went first. Great opening shot.
Well, that's right. You know, like you said, it was pretty interesting. Swanson was third, and she had the first choice. And Wendy here she was our 4th qualifier, had the second choice. Jennifer wants to go last. She wants to, hey, put the pressure on me, girls. I'll do it.
Yeah, a lot of guts.
It sure is.
Wendy Macpherson, now her first time this week. We see her every week.
Well, that just dropped right off her hand. Probably going to be putting a little bit of tape in it and getting some hand conditioner or rosin. Make a better feel for herself there.
Jennifer Swanson, this is her first show this year. She qualified 3rd. It has been a tough year for her also. So 2 of the ladies in this opening matches have really struggled all year. And then Wendy, of course, having the biggest year of her career. It's this lady's 14th show.
That's amazing. 14 times out of 20 events. That's 70% of the year that she has been on telecast.
Cathy Doran now stepping up in the 2nd frame, working on a strike. Cathy scores very high when she is on television, has a career average of 223 on TV. Not a good shot by Cathy as Wendy quickly up. Wendy Macpherson also broke that $1 million record last week in Lancaster, Ohio. And going high also. All right, cover up the spare. Wendy gets up to shoot her spare. Lisa, Wendy has several superstitions. People don't know that about her.
No, you know, and I didn't know it until probably a few months ago. One of them is that when she gets to bowling, she likes to sit in the same seat every time. And she likes to park in the same parking spot. So I'm wondering, you know, what happens if somebody's already in it?
She goes in and has them announced to move their vehicle.
And since it's Wendy, hey, you know.
They do.
The year she's having, we're out of there.
Jennifer in the second frame working on a strike. And she gets a big double to take the lead. And the Cherry Bowl in Rockford, Illinois is the home to the next Pro-Am on the PWBA Tour. Be sure to come down and catch the best of the PWBA. It's the Hammer Players Championship, and it runs Saturday, October 28th through November 2nd. The Pro-Ams will start on October 28th. For tournament and Pro-Am information, contact Bonnie Harper at 815-332-9595. Jennifer Swanson in the lead by 10 pins with that double to start this match. Cathy Dorin stepping up in the third frame, working on that spare in the second. Hammer Players Championship at the Cherry Bowl. That is the home of the PWBA. That's where our headquarters is located. Even a 10-pin. Pretty good shot, though.
Very aggressive. You know, last shot on the right lane, it looked like the kind of fell off her hand a little bit, like Wendy's did in her opening frame. But I think she's fixed it now.
So, Lisa, if Wendy is not bowling well, does she move to another seat in the settee?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Ooh, that 10-pin jumped. Cathy changing balls to shoot this spare.
Stay on. Oh.
And she purposely went to a ball that wouldn't hook.
That's right. And I think she, you know, lost it off her hand once again. Players might be, you know, experiencing a little bit of nerves down there, so got to get a good feel, though.
Wendy covers it up well, as I mentioned. Also for Cathy. Cathy and Jennifer, both their first appearance of the year on television, so I'm sure there are little jitters going on there. Won and lost one to Wendy.
Well, her first two opening shots were great. Excellent shot. Oh, and another one. Slip in the four. A little high. Doing a little dance on the approach, trying to get that out.
When you can carry those, you have it all going for you.
Well, maybe hey, that's why she wanted to go last and say, it's mine. You never know.
A big mixer for Cathy Dorn coming up light.
Wendy has said a few times this year that she felt the tournaments were hers to win, and she just didn't take advantage of it. And that's when you think you've got that shot on TV, it's very important to stay aggressive and stay in that match.
Well, she's making good shots this match. As we've noted before in some of the telecasts, Wendy usually not real happy with this three-person shootout. She had not dealt with it well in the beginning of the year.
Sorry, watch that 6-pin. Flew right around the 10.
And that's 4 in a row for Jennifer Swanson. Don't forget, we have a 300 award, $50,000 from PWBA.com if anyone shoots 300 on this telecast. And Wendy staying clean, covering those spares, and that's all you can do at this point. Cathy Dorn working on a strike, stepping up in the fifth, and needs to get another strike going. Lisa, Cathy actually had the highest block of all the competitors yesterday in both rounds. Huge scores.
That's right, and earned a 15-9 match play record in our 24 games of match play.
She averaged 228 in the morning yesterday and 235 at night, and you may wonder if she did all that, why is she fifth? But she was fifth by 240 pins over sixth place.
And that is just tremendous. That is a huge amount. Very rarely do we ever see that. And that lead opened up just right at the very end of the tournament. A lot of players were only, a lot of players were only 70 to 90 pins out. As we saw Cathy's spare attempts slide off into the gutter once again. Boy.
Wow, she must be having some problem out there, either with the feel or footing or something, because she doesn't normally miss those spares. And Wendy coming up high, leaving a 3-6. Meanwhile, Jennifer Swanson is dialed in. And we're going to stay with her to see if she can get to that 300 mark. 7 career 300 so far. That's number 5.
And I remember a tournament, let's see, not too long ago, Jennifer was pretty close. Front 10 she had in one event. Let's see if Cathy can step up and get a little better feel. I noticed that when she was sitting down, she did have a towel wrapped around her hand. So she might be a little cool, might be a little cold. And what happens always is your hand shrinks a little bit. Don't get that normal feel that you're used to having.
Well, it is quite chilly in here, but it has been throughout the week. And your hand does shrink between the cold and the adrenaline. Well, my hands used to shrink terribly on television.
That's right. Probably toward the end of the match, she's going to notice, oh, I'm going to have to start taking some tape out now because her hand's going to swell up a little.
Cathy Dorn and Wendy Macpherson back on track here with strikes. Meanwhile, Jennifer Swanson has the first 5 strikes, looking for number 6. Oh, and it's not going to happen. 10 pin standing.
Great shot, though. Got a good look at that 6 pin. Just about tap the 10. She's going to make sure, though, that she converts this spare. So she is switching to a spare ball. Is going to go right straight at it.
She covers it up, and Jennifer Swanson currently in the lead by 45 pins here at the Three Rivers Open. And there is the beautiful city at night. We're back through 7 frames. Jennifer Swanson still has the lead by 35 pins. Doran and Macpherson have a double. Cathy Dorn now up in the 8th frame, trying to make it 3 in a row. Best finish 6 so far this year. She's lined up now and trying to come back, but it may be a little too late. Wendy's had such a phenomenal year. We talked about it. There's all of her finishes. Only 2 titles, though, out of those 14 TV appearances.
But look at those stats. It's 2 seconds, 4 thirds, a few 4ths and 5ths. Oh, my. I mean, you just couldn't have much better of a year than Wendy has had.
But she was disappointed that she doesn't have more wins. She didn't think the percentage was very good, that she, out of 14 shows, she thought she'd have more than 2 wins.
Right, well, and it sounds kind of strange that, you know, somebody would say, well, I'm kind of frustrated I only have 2 wins this year. But in 14 shows, she feels like that she didn't quite take advantage of it as much as she could have.
Well, Jennifer Swanson is she's gonna have to keep striking here because Doran and Macpherson are lined up, and it is now just a 25-pin lead if she doesn't strike on this shot. Oh, a big mixer, light hit.
Wow, she has just got it all going on right now. A couple of high hits, tripping 4s, 2 light hits, sending pins flying. Messenger flying across the lane, taking the 10 out. That's how she got to the show. She didn't get here by missing 10 pins. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, absolutely not. And they were good shots, too.
That's
If
right.
they had carried, she'd be in great position right now. Wendy Macpherson, meanwhile, still wanting to strike here and put a little pressure on Jennifer Swanson. And a trip of her own on the 4-pin.
Right back at ya.
Wendy was a champion here in 1996. Jennifer Swanson in the 9th frame, working on 2 strikes again. Just 25 pins up. Needs to strike here to keep it at get it back to 35 pins. Ooh, and that was a little bit of a weaker 10-pin.
It's made this match just a little bit more interesting. Because Wendy is going at a 2:44 pace right now.
Cathy's going to finish it up big here. Cathy Dorn could strike out for 226. Jennifer just needing to make a spare in the last 2 frames to stay ahead of Cathy Dorn. That's 1 down. This match just completely changed. We now have about a 12-pin match. Wendy can get right back into this match.
Close her out. Almost close her out. No, she couldn't. She could shoot, Wendy strikes out, she shoots 244, would force Jen, double and 9.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Cathy Dorn bowled a great game. Wendy Macpherson, meanwhile, re-racking that set of pins. Looked pretty good from here. Cathy covered her spare, and great week for Cathy. Has that upcoming marriage and a lot to pay for. It was a good week for her. She wants to say hi to the folks at Jersey Lanes and Star Lanes. Thanks for their support. Meanwhile, Wendy Macpherson can really put the pressure on Jennifer Swanson and doesn't get it done. And she won't be happy with that shot.
No, she won't. She has not been happy with herself at all recently because she feels like that she has done this in so many pressure situations on television.
She basically just gave this match to Jennifer Swanson. Even if Wendy spared this, the most she could shoot is 222. But she gave it a go. So it looks like Jennifer Swanson will advance. But first, when we return, find out how to take your shot at becoming a WIBC queen. Entries are now being accepted for the 2001 WIBC Championship Tournament, the WIBC Queens Tournament presented by Tri Properties, and the Senior Queens presented by Storm. With over 8,300 teams already entered, the 2001 Championship Tournament looks to be one of the best ever. The tournament has been extended, so there are still entries available. Last year's inaugural Senior Queens was a resounding success, with Rose Smith defeating Mary Pullman to become the first to take home a Senior Queens crown. Wendy Macpherson captured her second WIBC Queens title, adding to her increasingly impressive list of championships by defeating Marianne DeRupo to take home the tiara. This year's Queens and Senior Queens will be held at Sawgrass Lanes in Sunrise, Florida, May 7th through the 11th. For more info on all 3 tournaments or to receive entry forms, contact the Women's International Bowling Congress at 414-423-9006 or visit the WIBC section of bowl.com. You can also get more tournament info by calling 1-800-514-BOWL. Don't get shut out. Sign up now. With us through most of the week. Final score match 1, Jennifer Swanson 236 to Doran's 215 and Macpherson's 210. So Swanson will move up the ladder to face Sheryl Daniels in the semifinal match right after this. We're back for the Three Rivers Open semifinal match for Princess Lanes in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jennifer Swanson and Sheryl Daniels shake hands to start this match. I'm Jan Schmidt along with Lisa Wagner. Jennifer Swanson making it through that shootout, and this time she will start the match. It was Cheryl Daniels' choice, but in the two-person format, Jennifer will also be the last one to finish.
That's right. You always have to remember, in a two-person, start first, finish last. That's how I always used to remember it.
And that's exactly how she started in the first match. Began with the first 5. If you weren't with us, she looked very strong. Sheryl Daniels, 40 years old. 10 titles, as you mentioned earlier, Lisa, and she's been out here a while. Definitely wanting to get another title.
20-year veteran, but hasn't won in 4 years.
And that's tough for a player who's used to winning.
Especially one with all this talent. And she knows she can get the job done. Look at there, 225 average this week.
High averages. Now, Lisa, interesting, she played that 7-pin spare from the left side of the lane. You occasionally see that out of the pros, not too often.
Well, that's right, depending on the lane condition. And I think what Cheryl was looking at was, that, you know, if she moved to the right side, it may not get there, because it may hit that conditioner, and it can tend to be pretty long down the lane toward the middle, so she's looking at, she don't want to whip it.
Well, as she comes back with a great strike, that's a lesson for those of you at home. I know we always tell you to play all the way across lane at those corner pins, but on certain conditions, if there's a lot of condition in the middle, or if the middle's very dry, you may want to move to the left side of the lane and shoot the 7.
That's right. Well, and you also have to mention that Cheryl did flatten that ball out just a little bit, too, so it's not going to hook into the channel.
Jennifer looked like she stayed pretty low with that shot, and Lisa asked her what the most important part of her physical game is.
Well, I feel it's getting low at the line and following through long in the front, like following through my mark. And I actually took a week off 2 weeks ago so I can go and work on that, because I've been struggling a little lately, and hopefully it's been paying off.
Been paying off big time. She has 2 strikes this match. Shot 236 in the opening match, and she took that week off and worked with Bob Berlone, Lisa. That was her old coach.
That's right, at Sacred Heart University. Whoa, what a good break there. Crossed over, went Brooklyn, tripped the 6-pin for a turkey.
Things definitely going in favor of Jennifer Swanson right now. Cheryl Daniels is answering.
She sure is. Let's take a look at Cheryl Daniels. She has a great solid game. 5-step approach. Walks right by the ball. Now look at that. That's a power step. The right foot right there, that is her power step, and what a strong one it is. Look at the position, and you notice that she does not get lazy with that hand. Not at all. That release is strong, and that is going to give you that pin action like that.
I was just going to say she needed every bit of that release to knock those pins down. It looked like somebody pulled the tablecloth out from underneath them. Jennifer Swanson, 19-4-1 in match play. She actually was 6th in average for the event, but because of that great match play record where you get 30 bonus pins per match, she wound up in the number 3 position.
Match play very important this week.
Okay, Brooklyn last time going high this time. Wonder if she's not staying down and getting through her target, as she was mentioning, is so important. She's going to change to her spare ball to shoot this spare, a 3-pin. Jennifer now going to step up in the 5th frame. Has to get back on track here. She was in the pocket throughout the entire first match.
Well, let's kind of watch right now and see if we can see a difference. She's a very deliberate player.
Well, right back in the pocket for Jennifer Swanson. It's a close one here at Princess Lanes in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We'll be right back in just a moment. We're back in the middle of the semifinal match here at the Three Rivers Open. Sheryl Daniels now trails by 20 pins. Jennifer Swanson threw a double. Sheryl had a spare and a strike. And really needed to strike again to take it back down to 10. Going up high and changing balls, going to that soccer ball to shoot the spare.
Well, you see right there, that ball just came off her hand a little bit late, and you saw it go onto the lane. Not like, you want to picture it like an airplane landing. That's how you want the ball to go out onto the lane. That one we saw it go up in the air first before it hit, and that's going to cause the ball to hook a little bit early.
Well, Sheryl is not just a talented bowler. She's also a singer, producer, songwriter, and she has a CD out called Dreams. It is now available at Amazon.com, so you can get that through the music section at Amazon.com, and it's a great CD.
She's so talented.
Very, very talented lady, and needs to get some more strikes going here. Jennifer Swanson in the lead by 20 pins. She can take it to 30 with another strike. She steps up in the 8th frame, working on 3 in a row. That'll make it 30 pins. She is definitely lined up.
Yes, she is. She is doing exactly what she had been working on, and that is projecting it toward her target. She said she had been having a lot of problems with that. As we see Jennifer Swanson, 30 pins in the lead, can take it to 40. The big foundation, 9th frame.
Max score, if Jennifer continues to strike through the 9th and 10th, 279. Coming up a little high, leaving a 4 pin, but that's okay. She is right there.
Just a tad bit slow in that shot, but left herself with just a 4 pin. She's going to change to a spare ball. A lot of times we don't change the spare balls to go right to left on the cross lane, but she chooses to go right at it.
Good spare for Jennifer. On hand here, Roger Kingdom. He was the gold medalist in the 1984 LA Olympics in the 110 high hurdles. Also won again in 88. He's a bowler too, Lisa. He has a high game of 279. Currently has a 207 average. Sheryl sets up a strike in the 9th frame. We're glad that Roger came out and wanted to watch the ladies. He has a high career average at 228, so not only a great hurdler, but a pretty darn good bowler. So look at where we stand right now. Jennifer Swanson in the lead by 19 pins.
Very important 10th frame here for Sheryl.
She can shoot 249.
Wow. Did she saw that rack or what?
If she strikes out here, she is going to force Jennifer Swanson to double in the 10th.
Boy, what a great aggressive shot. And she said she was going to be aggressive. Watch the pins just dance on this one. They didn't have a chance.
Jennifer is not watching. Oh, I think she peeked up at the end there. Big shot for Sheryl Daniels.
Big shot is an understatement. We're going to see a reaction from Sheryl like we're used to seeing. She knew she needed this one. That's the Sheryl we like to see.
Well, she needs this one too. Pin count, very important.
But will it be enough?
Jennifer Swanson will need 2 strikes and 2 pins to win this match.
Not making it easy on her, are they?
You know, her grandma's on hand, Phyllis, and I bet she's pacing back and forth right now in the back.
Biting her nails.
There is number one, and these, wow, we have a match.
Boy, that was a great shot Jen just threw right there. Right in the pocket, no doubt about it. A little bit of help, didn't need it though.
Well, you never know. There,
right.
you know, that back row is always lurking. The 8-pin, 9-pin. Not going to be. Sheryl Daniels looking over.
She trusted it too.
She did.
You know, there's just not much more you can do than that. Super shot. Look at Jen. This is a shot, and the second one in the 10th. She trusted that, got it out right where she has been. Didn't quite make it back. Maybe a little adrenaline.
Well, the semifinal match belongs to Sheryl Daniels. If you missed any scores, we'll recap them after these messages. We're just a short distance from Point State Park, where the Monongahela and Allegheny Rivers form the Ohio River. So Friday night in match one, Jennifer Swanson set the mark early with 5 strikes to take down Doran and Macpherson, 236 to 215 and 210. In match two, Sheryl Daniels had a big finish to squeak out the victory over Swanson, 249 to 248. Coming up next, Sheryl Daniels takes on top seed Carolyn Dorin-Ballard for the title. Stay with us. This was the scene last year at Princess Lanes as Carolyn Dorin-Ballard shed tears of joy watching sister Cathy Dorn win her first title. Tonight, Carolyn will have a shot at winning that title and this beautiful trophy. It will be either Carolyn Dorin-Ballard or Sheryl Daniels as they get ready for the championship match. Sheryl Daniels will start. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard made that choice, and from what we could see, it was based on the fact that she wanted Cheryl to end on the right lane, lane 38. Semifinal match, what a close one. 1 pin. Good opening shot for Sheryl, but leaving the 4 pin. Much better show for Sheryl. You said you thought we'd see her be more aggressive. You were correct.
That's right, and she has to be. Sheryl absolutely has to be if she wants to break this drought she's in.
Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, 11 years on tour and 9 titles.
2 coming this year.
For Carolyn, we said there was a big spread between 5th and 6th. Kim Terrell missing by 240 pins. Carol Giannotti blocked the 98 champ here. And Cathy Tribby, hey, she's been in top 10 a while lately.
In 11th, Paulina Alto. She's a gold medalist in international competition. And look at her 14th, Tiffany Stambro. She was our only lefty in the top 24 this week. Jeannie Nacarado from Washington in 15th.
Carolyn in the second frame at that big strike in the first. This is Carolyn's 7th show of the year. Leaving a 10 pin, but in the pocket. Both players are going to be aggressive.
So definitely in the pocket, but watch the 6 pin. Just doesn't have the oomph it needs to get into the 10. Lays down in the side of the channel there. Switching to a spare ball, as just about everybody out here does, to shoot the corners.
does it nicely. 14 and 10 was her match play record. The lowest of the top 5 for Carolyn.
Well, it just shows how much more she averaged.
TV pair average for Cheryl Daniels, 217. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard had 222 on this pair. And a 10-pin for Cheryl Daniels, so we'll be looking to see who can carry first or the most in this match. Changes balls, covers it up, and there are a few more finishers here this week that made match play. Shanna Ray, it's her 13th cash this year, and Marianne DeRupo, 93 champ here at Princess Lanes.
And in 21st, Robin Masani having a great year, 16 of 20 cashes. 23rd, Sydney Coburn Carroll. She's a member of the very famous Coburn bowling family.
And there's a strike for Cheryl Daniels, coming in the 3rd frame. Early in the match. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, we've talked about all the great years everyone is having, but Carolyn has made all 20 cuts. Obviously cashed all 20 times. Her lowest finish, 14th.
That's a pretty good stat right there.
Ooh,
That was just missing the building.
that was gone.
Whoops, I need to move the building over a little.
Well, at least lane 38.
Well, watch her footing. Let's see if she misses it there. I think she slid a little bit there, and that's why we see the direction to the right. Yeah, she definitely fell off this. I don't think she was too solid there with the footing.
6 count working on a spare, cost her some pin count. She now trails by 3. Covers it up. Not an easy spare, but no problem. There's some of the high games throughout the week. 2 of our showmakers had some big ones. Cheryl Daniels 300, Carolyn with a 299.
And a ringing 10 on that last shot for Carolyn. Carol Giannetti Block 298, Wendy 297.
4 300s this week. Big scoring week. Back on target for Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. Cheryl Daniels leads by 3 pins. We're going to step aside, but we'll be back in a moment with the conclusion of this match. While we were away, Cheryl Daniels had this disastrous shot in the 7th frame.
Well, the ball's just going to check up right here, and that's not even half, folks. That's 4.
Here's her shot at the spare.
Well, she made a great attempt at it. The ball's just not going to quite get to the 9 pin enough, and that's real important. The ball's got to hit the 9 also.
So Carolyn Dorin-Ballard now leads by 12 pins as she steps up in the 7th frame. She's working on a strike. She can take it to 22 with another strike here. And she gets it. What a turn of events.
She got away with that one a little bit. I think she's a little bit quick with her feet, and that's why you're seeing her fall off, because she doesn't usually do that. Running it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, baby.
She's taking a little bit of extra time here before she steps up in the 8th, and I want to take a minute to thank the Pittsburgh Women's Bowling Association for being on hand all week as you get a good look at the scoreboard. Also, thanks to Chiropractic Health Systems from Bethel Park, Dr. James Wunderlich, who took care of all the ladies. Oh, that was a really nice shot.
That is what
But the Women's International Bowling Congress has been very beneficial to both parties.
Well, those weren't the fast 8. What Carolyn just left is the fast 8.
Okay, the 4-7, that is the fast 8.
That's right. You saw the pin just fly right over the top of it. It's in the pocket, just a tad bit high.
So a 20-pin match right now. Cheryl Daniels trailing by 20. Career earnings $693,000. That puts her 10th on the all-time list, and she comes back with a big strike in the 8th frame. A lot of activity this week. Also, Dave and Buster's of Pittsburgh. It's a restaurant and a game room type of thing. They hosted a luncheon today for a lot of the ladies, and we want to thank them. A lot going on. Very busy time.
A lot going on right now for Cheryl. Max score of 214, and I think she's going to need all of that to win this title.
And high again on lane 37, and she can't catch a break when she hits the nose.
Well, watch at this release. Oh, just not getting it down on the lane like she wants to get it, and it's going to check up. 4, 6, 7, taking 2. It's all she can do. I think she knew that she had it right here, you know, and then up pops the 7th and the 9th frame where it just didn't throw good at all.
Carolyn's max score 224, but based on the split Cheryl Daniels just had, the best Cheryl could shoot is 182. Carolyn's going to need a mark in the 9th or 10th in order to secure a victory here. Her second victory at Princess Lanes. She won here in 1997. And that ought to do it. She's checking on Deadwood right now.
Well, this was her shot in the 9th, and that's the reason that she led everybody in average by 4 pins.
During this tournament,
Yes.
correct. 32-pin lead, but it's basically all over. She'll just need to hit the pins here. And there's the past champions here at the Three Rivers Open in Princess Lanes. 8 different ladies have won up until now. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, the first repeat champion. I don't think she knew she did not need that strike.
Well, you know, she said that this week she made all of the decisions by herself. She wanted to know that that was the move to make, and that was a perfect move to make. Do you think she wants us?
I think so.
Oh, my.
Someone should tell her she's won now.
Well, at least she knows it's the 10th frame.
Part of those decisions were not to look at the score, obviously.
That's right. She knows exactly what the story is. She's been struggling a lot lately, and she said that she needed this event. She needed to lead it, and even more so to win.
Tears starting to flow, this time happy for herself instead of her sister as it was last year. So Carolyn Dorin-Ballard captures the Three Rivers Open for the 2nd time. Please don't go away. We'll be right back with more from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's your champion of the Three Rivers Open. It's her 3rd title this year and 10th of her career. Carolyn Dorin-Ballard. Final score of that championship match, 213 to 161. And in with the check is Roger Kingdom, an Olympic gold medalist.
Congratulations, Carolyn. I'm very honored to present this check for $11,000 to you. Exciting win.
Thank you. It's an honor to meet you, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
And John Jones, general manager here at Princess Lanes, with a wonderful trophy.
Gee, what can I say? You are our first repeat champion. She led the tournament. Final match, shoots 278 to make sure she leads the tournament, comes out here, takes on the competition. Congratulations. Great tournament.
Thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
I'd like to thank John Jones, all of his staff here at Princess Lanes. Everyone did a wonderful job. This is like Old Home Week. They treat us so fantastic here, and the crowd's one of the most wonderful in the country. Really looking forward to coming back. I'd like to thank everybody at Ebonite, Bill Calhoun, Brian Purcell. You're the greatest.
Lisa, Carolyn's getting choked up here.
Well, I may have to choke her up just a little bit more, We're coming down to the end of the year. What's going on for Bowler of the Year?
Nothing in my mind, because I have a feeling that might have been one of my problems as to putting a little too much pressure on myself, and that was my fault. But, you know, hopefully I worked through some glitches, and with the help of my family and friends, especially my sister there, who all of a sudden has decided to really put on the fire the last couple of weeks, they're going to keep me on my toes and hopefully steer me in the right direction.
Well, you said you made all your own decisions this week. We're going to see more of that?
I hope so, and if not, we got Bill back there in the back, and I just give him one of these, and he knows that's the high sign, so we'll try.
Congratulations again to Carolyn Dorin-Ballard as she becomes the first repeat champion at Princess Lanes. She breaks into double digits for the 10th win of her career. Please be with us again next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern as we bring you the inaugural Greater Harrisburg Open from ABC Lanes West in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. That's 8 p.m. on ESPN2. For Lisa Wagner, I'm Jan Schmidt. Thanks for watching. Until next week, stay safe. So long from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.